I find myself wondering what the world must have been like before the bear crashed into our frail planet, transforming all we once knew into a colorful kaleidoscope of delicious chaos, and I love it. The world was more hospitable, no doubt, more orderly, more sensibly sickening because it sounded boring, and I hate being bored. I can't imagine a world without the bear, or the storms, yes, the storms. Beautiful waves of emerald blood cry down from the heavens, promising death in lawless disarray, constantly upsetting the order. I get butterflies in my tummy just thinking about it. Yes, yes!
For one reason or another, we always tend to talk about hardware when we catch up with the Behemoth, and you guys brought along this amazing arcade stick for your game. Just tell us what it is and why people won't be able to buy it.
Okay, so if you come to our booth, our trade show booths, we always have these elaborate, huge setups. It started with Castle Crashers building like a 4-player full arcade, and then we did it for Battle Block. For the new game, which is a fast-paced turn-based co-op adventure, there wasn't really it didn't lend itself to the kind of an arcade, a classic traditional arcade cabinet. But we're still going to make something that, that has a fun, fulfilling experience and just fun presentation and lends itself to the gaming experience. So we came up with, not this first, this came second. First we have this whole amazing big setup where you sit down and it's all the basic buttons and configuration, but we wanted a lever for when you execute your orders. So you set all your pathing, tell all your fighters what they're going to do, and when you execute on a regular station you have this lever and you can feel it, it's all springs, so there's a resistance to it. So you just wanted this awesome feeling where you're execute orders, engage, that kind of whole idea. So we have that in the trade show setup, but when it's time to go take the game on the road, it's oh my gosh, this thing's 10 feet tall and 5 feet wide. That's a bit of exaggeration, it's not that big. So we came up with modifying arcade sticks, and so this is a modified Razor. They know we did it. I don't know how happy they are about it, but anyway, so this is what we came up with for the portable version. We actually have 8 of these now. Yeah, and I know what you're going to ask. Are we selling these, right? I don't know.
Collector's edition, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, it's really great, and we want to do it. It's always just with us. It's being a smaller studio. It's just bandwidth. So we want to do it, but we have nothing to announce, I guess you could say right now. But it'd be cool. Yeah, absolutely.
So last time we met, it was still Game 4. Now it's got its name, Pit People. What's been going on in the last year with development?
Well, we just spent the last year just going over names, really, and not really working. I'm totally joking. Sorry. It's we've kind of we're just the way we start to show. We show the game, and we did this with the last 2 games. We show really early. When we get really excited. Obviously, we're showing it when it's called Game 4. The game didn't have a title. That's a marketing no-no. But now it's Pit People. We've just implemented a lot of new kind of features, and really we've been dialing in the co-op experience, because like all our games, we always have this couch co-op. It's in our DNA. It's what we do. And even being a turn-based strategy game, it's no exception, at least for us. So we've been dialing in that experience, working on the story some more, and just finishing the game, just working on it.
It doesn't feel like sort of a natural fit with couch co-op and a turn-based game, because you always got that friend who's a little bit slow to make decisions, maybe, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, but again, with that, you're definitely going to experience that with the planning aspect. We're just sitting there, we hassle each other, and we're going to have ways to get that going. But again, the game itself is a very kind of streamlined strategy game. So it's meant to be fast-paced, and you can play it fast-paced. But you're right, and that's where kind of that griefing also then comes in. It's in the game, it's outside the game of hurry up, finish your moves, or I don't know, maybe we'll throw a timer on there and we'll just force everybody to keep propelling along.
It's almost like an extra narrator.
Oh, absolutely, and that's always part of it. That's the half the fun with couch co-op is what goes on outside of the game as well as inside the game.
Yeah, very exciting. Where are you at with the game right now? Then in development, you obviously work very far. Are you starting to nail down what the full game will be?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we're just finishing out a lot of content. What I can say though, and this is kind of fun, is that we are doing a beta later this year. So we're going to open it up now a little bit more, not to everybody, but to a lot of buddy. There's a small amount of masses, and you're going to be able to play it and play online, and not just the story, but 2v2 as well, and get to battle and versus each other. So that's our big thing, and then from there we'll get, we're going to run that. Again, everything we do is pretty organic. We're going to do that, see how that goes, and then then maybe a release date at some point.
So what is it that you're looking for with the beta? What kind of things do you want to gauge the reactions on, or see how things play out? What's
It's always, we just want the best experience when the game comes out. I mean, with anybody, when dealing with network play, it's a big deal and it's important to us. We've had not to sound negative, but we've had some bumps in the roads and when we started doing network play in past games, and we just want it to be the best smooth possible experience. And with this game, which is such, again, like you said, it's like a departure from all our other games, there's a massive amount of balancing that goes into these types of games. So it's not only just performance and matchmaking, it's like, is this fighter OP? Like, it's like we need to know that so nobody messes with that on day one.
Yeah, and I can imagine
that's what I was looking for. Exploits.
it's one of those funny things because I can imagine that at the studio there's different opinion on what's OP'd at the moment, and sort of sometimes you need the metrics to actually see what is OP.
So much metrics, so much data. I think we weren't sure what we were getting ourselves into in the beginning, but it's a lot of fun because a lot of us like numbers and we like to look at and stare at it. There's always probably like some disagreements with no, it's perfect, it's great, no, don't touch it. But you end up dialing it, and in development, that's the fun thing. You get to turn the knobs and see what happens, and we all play the game. We play the game every day. You have to, and you got to be super intimate with these types of games, and it's such. And again, with balance, it's a delicate balance. We do one thing, we're like, oh my gosh, everything's chaos now.
And I got that right. The beta is on Xbox One, right?
Yeah, we'll be betas will be Xbox One.
The platform plans, are you talking about that, or is it Xbox One first? That's all you're talking about, or?
Well, we're doing Xbox One first and Win 10 to follow. Yeah.
Okay, looking forward to it. Thanks so much for your time.
Dude, thank you.